you live.
Another week in the fall means it's time for another edition of the Friday Night Frenzy. I'm your host, Bree Shackelford, once again, and I am so thankful that you are tuning in tonight. It's week 7 of the high school football season, and while we may be approaching the postseason, these games are still as exciting as they were in the beginning of the year. Now, as always, we have to go to our game of the week with Sports 18's Kelly Hallinan to get us started. So without further ado, Kelly, please take it away.
Lafayette Jeff took on McCutcheon, and the Broncos were looking to bounce back after a loss against Harrison. And it was also their quarterback Ethan Smith's return to his old school. Let's check out how this week's game of the week went. Mavericks running out of the tunnel and ready to go for their homecoming game, and the fan section is rocking. Jeff gets on the board early with 2 quick touchdowns. Ethan Smith sees Brandon Jackson for a 9-yard pass, and the Broncos go up 14-0. It's not just the offense performing for the Broncos. Here's Mavs quarterback Owen Smith at work, but his pass is intercepted. Michael Lillard with the pick. He runs 21 yards for another Bronco touchdown. Lafayette Jeff goes up 22-0. Not finished yet. Second quarter, Broncos keep it rolling. This time Smith throws a 10-yard pass to Brandon Jackson, who punches it in. Broncos up 36-0. It's another Broncos turn. This time Smith throws to Asa Coppin, who scores another for Lafayette Jeff. The lead continues to extend 43-0 in the second quarter. Last one of the half, Zaya Powers with an 11-yard run for the Broncos. The score is 50-0 at the half. Talk about a performance on offense. Fourth quarter, McCutcheon gets their chance. Zach Crow with a 1-yard run into the end zone. That would be the Mavs' only score of the night. And how about one more score in the second half for Lafayette Jeff? Jacaden Powers with a 6-yard run. Broncos will come away with a convincing win. Final score 57-7.
I was really prepared coming into this game, and I knew my keys, I knew my reads, and I was ready to go into this game. So we emphasized discipline this week, so we wanted to start fast, and everybody just did their job, and that's what we needed. I love all those guys. Like I'm still buddies with some of them, and yeah, those guys are still really close to me. But
our guys are dialed in, during our offensive segment of practice, our defensive segment of practice, our special teams segment of practice, and there's certain details that go into executing our schemes that our kids were locked into. So. I think that's a byproduct of our level of preparation and the work ethic that they put in the week leading up to the contest.
The Broncos were aggressive from the start. They came out strong and never looked back. And they'll get back in the win column after defeating McCutcheon 57-7. Reporting for Game of the Week, Kelly Hallinan, Sports 18.
Kelly, you are a star. Thank you so much for always doing an amazing job. Now let's take our eyes over to AJ Rickard Field, where the Raiders were battling it out with the Arsenal Tech Titans. But before we get into the highlight, I want to give a quick shout out to the sectional champs. The Harrison boys tennis team won sectionals and is now moving on to regionals. Congrats again, boys. You deserved it. All right, into the action now. Raiders defense already showing out early on with this big stop on 4th down, and they give their offense some great field positioning. Because of that great stop, the Raiders quickly moved into the red zone, where Ben Henderson would do a quick shovel pass to Carter Canoy, who would get the first tutty for his team. Now, I'm not going to lie, it was a bit impressive he stayed on his feet, even though he was a bit wrapped up there. And I hope y'all pay attention to that last play, because you'll see it right here once again. Canoy, just a force to be reckoned with tonight, making defenders dive out of windows before being taken down. And let's just say, come the second half, the Raiders, like Canoy, couldn't be stopped. Final score, Harrison wins 41-0. All right, we're going to take our eyes a little bit up north. Frontier Falcons were hosting Tri-County Cavaliers, who were looking for their second win of the season. But spoiler alert, they wouldn't get it tonight. That's because the Cavs were up against Justin Schroeder in the Falcon defense. And Schroeder is just being a menace tonight, throwing down this Cavalier. I mean, talk about a hard stop. Later on, Falcons are on offense now, and the ball gets handed off to Reed Duncan, who bulldozes his way into the end zone. Falcons would also have a 2-point conversion right after this play and make the score 8-0. And as always, I have to end the highlight on the defensive play because, as I said before, the Falcon defense was just unbeatable tonight. This team kept Tri-County to only 7 points. Final score, Falcons fly away with the win, 42-7. Now, a little bit farther up north, we finally got to see action from the North White Vikings. They were hosting the South Newton Rebels. Let's see if the Vikings can sail away with this game. South Newton quarterback Evan Kurg sends a beautiful spiral out long to Corbin Cruz, who couldn't quite get under the ball, but Krug really showed early he's got an arm on him. On the North White side of the ball, RB CJ Hunt slides past the defensive line to pick up some nice yardage for the Vikings. The Viking defense was also looking nice as well. I mean, how about these D-backs breaking up what would have been a nice complete pass by South Newton? Evan Krug did finally find some hands tonight though, as you can see in this next play. Krug is on the run and he throws it out to Chase Stillebauer, who books it into the end zone for a South Newton tutty. Look at the wheels on that kid, absolutely awesome. But North White was able to pull away with the win and take it 36-29. And just like that, 4 games are down, and I know, trust me, it felt like the first third of our segment kind of flew by, but we still got more games on deck. In fact, we have 4 more matchups from around the area to get to. So coming up, we'll see how West Lafayette did, if Carroll could remain undefeated, and much more. So stick around, we'll be back after this halftime.